everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the KickBack. If you do enjoy what you're seeing here, please do leave us a like, leave us a comment, and subscribe. At recording, we're nearly at 100. I'm hoping we'll be at 100 subs by the time this video comes out. But without any further ado, I mean, it's one of the newest guys to streaming, but he's certainly making big waves because of what he's done previously with his content. It's none other than RDF Tactics. I'm really excited to be here, man. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. I'm excited to be here as well. I think this is my second interview. I think.
Who's your first?
The Football Manager Therapy. So that was just a podcast. So I haven't had a video call yet.
Okay. So the first one with the face on.
Yeah, that was
I'll take that trophy. I'll take that.
Yeah.
But no, everything good your end, man. I can see the Arsenal shirt in the back, which helps.
Oh yeah.
With some questions.
Yeah. Yeah, everything's good down there apart from that, but everything else apart from Arsenal has been good.
No, well, I'm sure we'll get into that. I'm a Manchester United fan, so I'm sure we have plenty. It's not good for either of us right now.
Not good.
No, for sure, but definitely get started with. We kind of, I don't know if you've watched us before, but we kind of do have the first sort of question that we ask everyone who kind of comes on.
Yeah,
and that is, what moment did you see that sort of pulled you in to football? Not necessarily the first one you ever saw, but like the first one you saw and was like, what? Like, yeah, this is it. This is for me.
Oh, what, you mean the game or
in real life?
Oh, in real life. Oh,
Yeah.
I was born into football, so it was. I honestly can't remember because it was just ever since I was a kid. Because my dad's a massive Arsenal fan. Yeah. My auntie as well. She has like the season ticket. So it was like I was born into it. So like once I got a certain age, like I can remember, football was already part of my life then. So I was like playing with football teams. I was playing at football teams at like 6, 7, and like I can't remember that far back. But my very first moment, I'm just trying to remember.
It's in the veins, basically.
It would have been. It would have been a trophy parade, I think. Arsenal trophy parade, yeah. And I think it was just being outside, which is all the people. And I just remember being like on someone's shoulders. It was just a stranger as well. Yeah. And I was just on their shoulders and everyone was just like party mood. And I was just looking around. I was like, wow, this is Arsenal. Like, this is special.
Which parade was that? Because, I mean...
I can't remember. So I was born in... I can't remember. I cannot remember at all.
It's not going to be anytime soon anyway. There's not been a lot of
This is way back.
Nah,
this is when I was a kid.
So how far did you get like in terms of playing then? Obviously, what sort of position did it get any trouble?
Well, when I was a young age, I always just wanted to play on pitch.
Yeah.
But my dad was a goalkeeper. My older brother was a goalkeeper. I was a very good goalkeeper, but my issue was playing for good teams.
Yeah.
So it was like I was never busy in goal, and I was just watching everybody else thinking, I just want to touch the ball. I just want to play because I can play on pitch as well. So when I'm at home, I play on when I'm playing with my friends, I play on pitch, and it was like I thought I was just as good on pitch than I was in goal.
Yeah.
Problem is when you're that age, nobody wants to go in goal.
Oh no. And no one's good in goal at that age as well.
And I just knew it. And my dad was just like, your best position's goalkeeper. And I just felt like everyone tells me like, if you just stuck at it, if you're just a goalkeeper and enjoyed it, like God knows where that would have took you. But I just couldn't. Even when I went to adult league, I was 15 playing in the adult league, so it wasn't even supposed to happen. Yeah. But even then, the team was good, and it was just like, I just want to be on pitch. I can't touch the ball right now. Yeah. We always have the ball. It's just like, why my hair, especially like in the winter period as well, my hands are frozen, my feet are frozen, which is like, sometimes it was the worst time possible. Being a goalkeeper, which is bad.
It's one of them as well. If any scouts are knocking about and you're in goals not doing anything because everyone is so good, you're not going to get it.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But which is a concentration thing as well. My dad always told me concentration, like that's where keepers earn their money. Because that easily you can just lose your concentration, and when the shot does come or the opportunity where you can make a save or something, and you let it down because of poor concentration, then you're not good enough to be in that team.
Nah, 100%. Yeah. Man. I guess as well. Like, you know, go. I mean, the guy that we know now, you know, the RDF Tactics guy, and
Yeah.
I've got a bone to pick with you because running these drafts in the past, you're looking at these downloaded tactics, and I'm like, it's an RDF one again. You know, it's like a lot of the other guys that we've had on here have been sort of saying, you know, oh yeah, 5-6 years in the game. You know, like,
Yeah.
have been doing it for a while. You're not that's not the case with you. So before we get into that content creation side,
Yeah.
it's obviously going to be a lot fresher of how you got into the creating sense.
Yeah.
What was it that nudged you there?
FMScout. It, like from the day my video came out, 2 days before that, video like content creating was never a thing for me. So it was just like, I just remember being in a forum, the SI forum.
Yeah.
Something kicked off, as it usually does. Something's kicked off, and I ended up getting banned. But there was someone from there that knew FMScout. So it was just like, oh, come to like use the FMScout website and stuff instead. You can post like your tactics or whatever there, and like we could just speak to the guy.
Yeah.
Which is like in a group chat, just the three of us just speaking, and it's just like, you know a lot about tactics. Would you ever think about doing a video? And I just thought, I'll do one tomorrow. I'll send it over. It was probably like tomorrow or the next 2 days. I'll send it over. I sent it. Like he's like, wow, this is good. He put it live, and then the video just literally just blew up. And I was just sitting there, just thinking, oh my god, what's going on? So then he's like, yeah, you can do this once a week, and then. After my first video, I was like, no, I need this more than once a week.
Yeah.
I need to keep doing this, yeah.
So did that cause you to create your own channel, or did you exclusively upload to FMScout for a bit?
Yeah, I was just exclusive for a moment, yeah. I was just exclusive FMScout. Like everything I did was FMScout.
I'm not sure how FMScout really works when you're working for them. So what is that? What I mean, we spoke to Luke. The episode will be out. Well, we know that
Yeah.
we know some stuff happened, but
Yeah.
I'm talking before that sort of fallout. Like, were you obligated to just exclusively post for them guys?
Oh no. Like I built a very good relationship with the owner. So like with Stam. This is around when my kid was a newborn. Like he was the first person I spoke to every day, the last person I spoke to at night. Like we had a good relationship, like which is always constant messaging, like constant new ideas and things like that. So I had a really good relationship with Stam. So like working with FMScout because I didn't really know Luke and the other content creator there. I didn't really know them then.
Yeah.
And I didn't really speak to them. I didn't have to. I just made my videos and sent it to someone else because I didn't have access to the channel either.
Okay.
And at that time, like that was very enjoyable for me because I wasn't like in the community. Like then I still wasn't on Twitter. So I still don't know any other content creator. Actually, to me, it's just like, wow, FMScout's the only people doing this. Like this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I was still mind blown that people watch this stuff. Like I was just mind blown.
Did that not create like an element of mystique? Like, you're this guy, no one's seen him on Twitter, no one's seen him. All of a sudden he's coming up with these banging tactics and doing these videos. Was that not like How to Basic, who is RDF Tactics?
I think so, yeah. And like RDF, even the initials, it's just like, it is to do with me, but it's not like my initials.
Yeah.
It was like, FMScout, like, what's your name? I'm just looking around. I'm like, I don't even know. I'm looking at my son. Yeah, that's R. And I use my middle name. Surname. Then I was like, yeah, I'm RDF. That's literally how we come up with the name.
I always wondered what RDF stood for because it's like I just assumed it would be football related. So I was like, what is RDF in football?
Nah.
I'm glad
it's just names. It's just names. It's just random names.
No, definitely. So, obviously you're at FMScout.
Yeah.
What I mean, if you don't want to go into too, because I know it wasn't like obviously with what happened.
Yeah.
I don't know how much detail you want to go into that sort of thing, but
yeah.
What sort of things happened in terms of the fallout of the members in there and you leaving?
I just like when I joined, I think there was history before.
Yeah.
So like I didn't really know the full extent of things. And there was me and another guy that introduced me to STEM, and then we just thought like what's happening at FMScout right now is like it's so good. Like we should be keeping the momentum up. Everyone should be like on the right page. Like, cause we don't know anything, any history. So we're just like, what's going on? Like, come on, people. Like we try to be the peacemakers basically. But while doing that, we kind of like fell into it. I kind of like fell in it. And then I started seeing certain things, and I was just like, look, FMScout, this is what is happening to me, blah, 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 blah. And it kind of just got like swept under the carpet kind of thing.
Yeah.
When it fully blew up, it was like, oh, okay, now we can see it. Now we can see it.
Yeah.
When everything blew up, then it was like, okay, now we understand what you were saying then. But
What?
it was just that.
Sorry, go, Karen, sorry.
No, it was just weird things, just like video scheduling. Like,
Yeah.
1 minute I'm scheduled to do it, say 3 o'clock, and then it automatically switched to I'm 6 o'clock, and the other person's 3 o'clock. But then he's live on Twitch at 5 o'clock. I think this must have happened to Luke as well, and it's just like, obviously now FMScout fans are going to Twitch to watch him live whilst our videos coming out, which is little things like that.
Yeah,
and
I remember Luke saying like he'd put a video up, it was scheduled to come out, and then obviously we know who the guy is because there's a big kerfuffle on Twitter. Jamie would then go live on the FM Scout channel like 15 minutes before his video was set to come up, and he'd be like, what the fuck?
It was crazy. Yeah, it was crazy. There was even a time like it was Luke's video, and I told the owner like, look, Luke's videos has changed time. Like, so the videos wasn't that order. Like, I remember clearly seeing when Jamie's video was going out, and why has it changed all of a sudden? And like, obviously, I don't know like any of the analytics stuff. Like, I don't know there's popular times to upload. I don't know none of this stuff. So when these things are happening, obviously they're happening for a reason. But at that time, I didn't know why it was happening. I would just tell them this is happening. I would get like it was probably nothing, or I would speak to him, and it would just be left like that.
Yeah, and I guess.
But because, sorry to cut you off, but because he's so loyal to FMScout, it was like very hard for the owner to see this.
Yeah.
Which like you can't really blame him, to be honest. Like this guy is very loyal. He was.
No, it's fair. I guess like if you have a good asset that's marketable, especially when it's a business. Like, If you cut that off, then you don't want to. Like, you don't want to cut off your own nose, sort of thing. But was there anything in particular that pushed you to leave, or was it just you'd had enough of the bullshit?
It was a few things, but it wasn't like, I don't want to put any bad rep on FMScout or the owner, because like the owner that started this for me. So even the little logo that you see, he designed that.
Yeah.
So I haven't got anything really bad to say about him. But at that time, it was just like, there was just so much drama involved, but I was new, and I felt like it wasn't really putting a good name, like a good rep on my name. Like people just thought I was involved in drama for like, I wasn't even doing anything. There was times I got called out by certain people, and it was just like, I didn't even like, what's going on? I didn't do anything. I'm just here. I'm just a new guy. Like, I don't even know these people. I don't know how big they are. I go on their social media and I've seen like thousands of followers. I'm just thinking, wow.
Jeez.
Yeah. But so no, I was just doing tactics. And there was a time that I thought, like, I came up with the idea, I would do certain tactics like templates. So like how Football Manager has it. They have tiki-taka, they have direct counter-attack, blah, 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 blah. But I thought that FMScout could do their own interpretation of that. And I just thought that that's the type of stuff that we can push on the website. Like, that's obviously, this is my vision. So it was like less of that direct plug and play stuff and more, here's a template and this is how you can use it. You can tweak it this way, blah, 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 that type of stuff. I thought that's the type of content that we could be pushing out. But obviously at the time, things like the nap tactics, that were just getting so many views, so many downloads. And it was like, they didn't want to switch from that.
Yeah.
But like, that's for them, innit? For me, for me, I thought we can do a mixture of both. There's so many good tactic creators out there. Like, we should be highlighting them just as much, but also we can bring like real life element to it as well. And it was just like, at that time, it was just like, this is what gets the views. This is what gets the downloads as well. So it was just like, I felt like, it's not like they said, this is what you have to do. It's like, I felt the pressure to do that because that makes a good team player, because that's how the channel's going. That's how FMScout is going. So I didn't want to just completely do my own thing. And if it flops, then it's all on me kind of thing.
Nah.
I just think, you know what? I'll open up my own YouTube channel. And at first, it was just like, I'll do a video for Scout. That was my main focus. And I'll just do whatever I need to do on my channel. But then there was like a point where somebody from The Athletic retweeted my video. And then the video just blew up. And then I just thought, you know what? I need to do this by myself, because doing this type of work, like the research I'm doing for recreations, I can't be getting 50% back at the end of the day. Like I need my full ownership of my own stuff.
Yeah.
So that's basically what happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought I needed everything.
Yeah, it's good to have that.
Not on a greedy, not on a greedy vibe, but I'm putting all that work in doing the research. I'm doing all the video editing. Like no one's doing anything for me. It's literally everything is me. I can't be taking 50% at the end of the day because I'm posting it on someone else's channel.
Yeah. Like I guess it's one of them. Like with those sort of sites, it's good. It served its purpose for you in terms of giving you a reputation. But then once like you don't need them, and it's because like, initially you both need each other, right? They need guys
but that's what I'm saying. But even at the start, it was like that wasn't my thing. Like I didn't think about getting a name because I didn't see no one competing with. I didn't like. Things like numbers, I didn't care about that. Even at the start, like I was telling Stam, like these number things, like you keep telling me about numbers and whatever, like I don't care about these numbers. I just want to make videos. I just want to enjoy my time and reply to the comments. Like that's literally, that was my first few months. Yeah. But obviously I learned you can't go on YouTube like that. You can't just not care about the numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, you got to play the game.
Yeah, but at first there was no me. For me, like me was FMScout at the start. So there was no like, I can use you to get my name and things like that because I just thought I was FMScout. I thought that was going to be me forever. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I guess that obviously things change, and it's good. It's obviously good to see you doing what you're doing now, having that creative freedom and the control over it as well, because that's important. Sort of having the ability to not clash with other like rightly or wrongly. Like if you want to put something out at a certain time somebody else does, it just eliminates that. And so what sort of time frame are we looking at during that sort of FMScout era for you?
The FMScout stuff, that was probably about a year, I think. I'll say been with FMScout, I think around a year.
So when about did you make your own YouTube channel then?
I was probably about 7 months in content creating. So around 7 months I was with FMScout. And then like my channel for so long, there was like no video. I just had the channel. I just had the channel. But even then there was like people started noticing my name and stuff. So they started following the channel. And like, I was just looking at my missus thinking, look, we've got followers with no video. Like, what's this? This is crazy. This is crazy. Yeah. And it was like, just from my first video, which is like 1,000 views after a couple of days. But to me, like, people telling me how crazy this is. But to me, I'm just like, it's crazy anyway. Like, to me, I'm still trying to get over people watching this type of stuff.
Yeah.
Well, people are telling me like, this is like, you're blowing up on YouTube. Not blowing up, but like, it takes people years or months, whatever, to get this amount of views, and you're getting this after your second, third video. Yeah. And I'm just like, I honestly don't know what to say to you. It is, yeah.
So let's talk about your current sort of YouTube videos. But obviously you had that different idea to what FMScout did in terms of not having it plug and play, having sort of the shape. Yeah. And for you
like, I still thought plug and play was like important. Obviously we still need that. Like I still cover that, but I felt that not everything has to be plug and play. Like we can split it. So some things can actually be content rather than me saying like, here's the super keeper, here's the wing back, here's the centre backs, here's the two essential midfielders, pressing intensity, extremely urgent, get stuck in. That's what I was saying every video. Like I was repeating myself. Yeah. Like I didn't have to look at the instructions. I just knew in my head what it was. It just got repetitive for me, and it must have felt like that for viewers as well.
Yeah,
I say that, but they still got a lot of viewers. But
I guess that's a constant influx of people coming in and out when you're that big. Whereas if you're doing it on your own and you cultivate your audience, which initially isn't going to be as big, if things are repetitive, these guys will notice. Yeah. So then, obviously, you developed that channel, and it's doing quite well. It's doing quite well for the time that you've been there. It's doing really well for the space, particularly. Sort of, what then spurred you want to take on the Twitch sort of side of things? Because when you first, because I didn't know who you were until we started doing the drafts and the FMScout Tactics were coming in the early days, and your name was on a couple of them. So thanks for that. But when we're talking about sort of moving that onto the Twitch.
Yeah.
You just completely took that and ran with it. What?
Yeah.
Like, how did you get your step up? I'm assuming you plugged it on your YouTube, but even then, there's guys with.
Yeah, like I didn't know. Like honestly, like I don't know how to say it. Like me, I don't really promote my stuff. So like my YouTube channel, I don't promote it. It's literally I'll create a video. I don't have like a schedule. I don't do like this week we have this video because I don't know what's coming on this week. So it's like I don't push my channel out there. It's the same for the Twitch. Like for Twitch, I literally just went live.
Really?
That was it. I literally I went on Twitter. I said, we're live. I'm live. My first video, blah, 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 blah. I just went live. And then there was like 20 viewers, 30 viewers. And people like, they were saying things like in the chat. But I'm not quite understanding this. Like, because for me, I don't want to say it's normal.
Yeah.
But seeing things like 20, 30 views to me, like, it's just like, oh, whatever. But to someone else, that's quite a big number for your first day.
I'd be happy with 20 to 30 now.
Yeah. But like, I just don't like, honestly, like, I don't really understand the numbers. But then I see Zealand on like 1,000 and I'm like, huh?
Honestly, like I was talking about this with some people. If Zealand picked FIFA instead of FM, he'd be doing Castro numbers.
Oh, he'll be gone. Be gone. Absolutely gone.
But I guess, you know, it's integrity, staying with the game. But like, the thing is, I see guys with, you know, maybe like 3 or 4, 5 times more YouTube subscribers than you currently got right now.
Yeah.
Who are consistently plugging their Twitch and their videos. And they're on a similar viewership to what you are,
like,
and you're not doing that.
Yeah. So like now I say like, you can join us on Twitch and stuff like that, but it hasn't changed the numbers. Like the number, sometimes it's different. The other day, because the time again is random. I could be 9:30 one day. Yeah. I wake up the next day and think, you know what, I'm just gonna do it at 11 or 12 today.
Yeah.
And there was one time we done it early in the afternoon. There was like 60 viewers at one point. It was 70 something at max. At one point max, and it was like there was no raids. Like no one raided us. That was just like the views boo. I'm just like, I honestly don't know where these people are coming from.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get it. It just happens.
Nah, I mean, I guess why not keep that sort of consistent stream schedule? Because if people know like 2 p.m. or I'll use that example, 11 a.m. I'm gonna see RDF Tactics because that's what he does every week. You bang.
Yeah.
Like what is it that keeps you sort of not wanting to set that precedent? Is it just the freedom of it, or
like this is like for me, this is what I tell other people, because like I've tried to take some advice, not directly given to me, but I've watched videos from other people, and it's like I've tried to listen to other people's advice, and it just doesn't work for what I'm doing. I don't know if people just like the randomness. Like I done a poll on YouTube. Would you like me to do a schedule stuff? And people are like, no, just keep how things are going and stuff like that. Like people just enjoy it. Like 1 week, there's literally no videos on the channel. The next week, I'm doing 3 in 5 days. And it's just like, I think people just enjoy that. And if I don't do a video in a week and then I do a video, it's like, it doesn't affect my views. And obviously other people, it's like, if I don't upload in this amount of days, then it does something to the channel. But obviously that might be the way their channel set up. Yeah. If they've been doing that for years, then that just, I don't know. Algorithm, all that stuff, I honestly don't know.
You seem usually it's put down to the algorithm, but like you're going against the algorithm and it's fine. Like
my recent video, I pull it out and it was like, because you can see the rankings in the first 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And it was like 8 out of 10. I looked at it in the morning, so 8 out of 10. I just thought, that's that then. That's that video. Yeah. Like it doesn't, like, I just move on to the next. I was already thinking about the next one. I checked again in the evening and it was like 4 out of 10. And it was like, this video is doing better than the average. And I was thinking, what? Like, I don't understand the times, because YouTube are telling me my views are at this time. So I post the video like around 30 minutes before that time. Yeah. And it bombed. And then when it's telling me that not a lot of people are active, the video just grew. Yeah. So I don't understand it. Like when people say to follow the algorithm, follow this and that, I just literally like, you know what? It works for me just to not ignore all of that. Just create when you want to create, upload it when you want to upload it. That's what makes you happy anyway. There's no pressure for me. If I don't want to do a video on a Wednesday and I'm scheduled to do a video on a Wednesday, does that mean I have to force myself to do it? If I don't, like, if I have to stream on a Thursday because I've told everyone that I'm doing it, but now Thursday's coming, it's like, you know what, I just don't feel like doing it.
Yeah.
Then it feels like I've let people down by saying I can't stream, or if I stream, then I'm forcing myself and I'm not enjoying it.
I guess it's more important to do what works for you, and you seem to have done something that is working. Like, you're doing it full time, you're doing something right. no one can tell you that's wrong.
But actually, like, honestly, I have tried to listen to advice, just take advice, and it's just other things that I've tried just bombed. Like, it's just bombed for me, and just didn't feel right doing it as well. Like, I've tried to schedule, it just didn't feel right, and it didn't make my channel run any smoother. So I just left it how it was.
Yeah.
I just left it, yeah.
Certainly is working. Certainly is working. But so then, I guess that brings us on to the sort of drafting space. Obviously, you're coming into Twitch. The drafts are banging right now. To be honest, I think loads of people seem to be starting them. And the guys, like, you know, obviously have the streamer showdown, but like the playoffs, the Super League, us, and a few others seem to be doing a really good job. If I do say so myself, we're doing a good job. Were you aware of that before going into Twitch? And
I was about to so
at what point did you want to get involved?
So we'd have to go all the way back. So like, obviously, starting out on YouTube, I didn't have, like, there was no influences, so there wasn't like there was someone I was watching that made me want to do it. So even back then, I was making videos. Everything was just a freestyle. So my first video was at Pep Guardiola recreation, but I'm literally just writing things down, trying to remember it, and I'm just in front of the camera, not even in front of the camera, sorry, just press and record, and I'm literally just freestyling the edit, everything, just freestyling. I don't know how the video's going to turn out. It just turned out the way it turns out. That was kind of my thing. How I do things is just freestyle, and it turns out how it turns out. But then, obviously, I started to get to know people, start watching other things. I started to see the showdown, and then when I saw the showdown, that's what got me into Twitch. Otherwise, I just wouldn't bother with Twitch because I knew about it before.
Obviously.
And it's like, I'm not a big fan of watching Let's Play. Even I do one on my Twitch. That's what makes me just, my mind blows that people watch me play the game. But like, honestly, I can't watch like someone stream for like 3 hours unless it's a draft. If it's a draft, then I'm heavily involved. I'm there, I can watch it. But when I was watching the showdown, I was like, oh, I've got to do this. But obviously my issue then was a camera. That's what stopped me from doing Twitch for a long time. For a long time,
I think we'll get into that issue because I want to bring up with you. Obviously, I remember the tweets, but obviously, how aware were you of the smaller competitions? Because obviously, the showdown is huge. They've got a lot of guys on the waiting list. It'll probably take a while. At what point did you see like the playoffs, the Super League girls, and think, oh,
I think
okay.
I saw that pretty early. So because when I joined Twitter, I wasn't like anyone that had FM or anything in their name. It was like follow. Like, I didn't know who I was following. It was like follow. Yeah, this person does FM, follow, and they follow back, and that was the thing. So obviously, I'm just seeing things on my timeline. But it was the showdown because it was just tweet. They were streaming it. I don't remember like people promoting the stream. It was just like I'm seeing results of draft, like the Football Manager draft. But I'm like, what the hell is that? Like, I didn't even know this game mode existed. Honestly, I didn't know.
I mean, it might as well not. It's terrible the way it is right now. It's so buggy.
Before Showdown, I didn't know. Like, I've never physically seen a draft happening. And when I'm seeing people picking their players, I'm just like, oh my days. I'm just there. Imagine if that was me, I'll be picking this. I'm like, no, what are you doing? What are you doing? Work the space. Why are you picking him?
I didn't actually work the space, to be fair, because
that was just a random name. Like, I just remember shouting at these people, like,
everyone bullies him for his defenders.
And I always thought Leluja was the one person that just done his homework. Like, I always looked at his team. I thought it's not the best team on paper. It's not like you go like he's gonna win. But I just always feel like these type of players can. This is a good team, not like just good individuals. It's a good team.
Like Pedro.
And I just remember he always things like that. He was on my short list as well for the for the Super League. So like just things like that. I think he knows certain players that play well in the game.
I think that's the thing though, because like, I mean, he said it himself. Like, people view draft mode as real life football, and it's not.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you need to think about it as a game. Like, yeah, I don't know, Neymar might be quite good in real life, but with 10 work
Yeah,
rate
yeah.
and 10 teamwork,
Exactly that. Yeah.
it's a risk. He's either going to be player of the tournament or
Yeah.
do nothing.
This is exactly what I said, because like I've dropped my shortlist and I went full Wenger style. Like, so I loaded up the game.
Yeah.
I loaded up Football Manager. This is a draft for Super League, so I've loaded up Football Manager. I've loaded the database, so every single player is there.
Yeah.
I've got my attribute list. I already have my attribute list of what's important attributes for each role. I've done all of this, so now I have a long short list of these players. I sent a scout report for every single one, and I'm looking at their pros and cons, looking at their, like, if they got inconsistency or if they don't like playing the big games, things like that. And I'm like, nope, not picking that person, off the short list. And so I had very specific players for the way I'm going to play. I just knew, like, things like work rate, teamwork, that's important. Yeah. That's why Mbappe was never on my short list. That's why Neymar was never on my short list. Like, these things are very important. That's how I play the game anyway.
Yeah.
So when it comes to the drafting, people are like, why is this guy picking like 7 defenders? Like, why has he got so many defenders? And I'm just like, obviously I've done my research. I know Hakimi is probably a better attacking right winger than he is a right back. Yeah. So I know what I'm trying to do. No, but yeah, it was just, the draft mode is crazy.
Yeah, it is good, and I'm hoping there's going to be a lot more to come in FM22. But I mean, obviously the day this drops, you're in our competition. Have you managed to scout the opponents yet, or are you just?
Oh no, I don't do none of that. I just know the way. Like, honestly, I just know the way I play.
Yeah,
and it's just the way I view football. Like, I've just got my set way of playing. I've got my plan A, plan B, plan C. Yeah. I don't really need to watch what you're doing until that day comes. If I, in the first 20 minutes, see something and I need to make a change, then I can make the change. But I don't need to, like, see who's good at Football Manager, because at the end of the day, I've seen people that get, I don't know, laughed at the beginning go on to do very well.
Yeah.
So I know there's like an element of luck and stuff like that. And I just know that there's no point in me getting too hooked on the opposition. I need to just focus on my game. Just focus on my game. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, especially like you can't use opposition instructions in draft mode and stuff like that.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, like, I think it is important to make sure that your tactic sort of nails it. But I mean, what's your prediction for the Super League coming up? I think when this goes out, it'll be done.
So
you're either going to look really good or really bad.
Honestly, I take Football Manager I tell everyone, like, I take Football Manager very seriously. Like, for like my whole life is basically all I know. Like, my whole life has always been just family, Arsenal, Football Manager. That's literally been my whole life. So even from Champ Manager, I've just taken the game very seriously. If my mum called it a game, I would go mad. It's not a game. Why you call it a game? It's like, I used to go mad. I hate people calling it a game back then anyway.
Yeah.
And it's like, I take it very seriously. So if I'm playing with my friends, I want to win every single game. That's my mentality. So I always back myself as well. I always back myself for the Super League. Yeah, I'm backing myself. Like, I know I've done my research. Yeah. I'm happy because my actual, if I showed you my pick, like my dream 11, I've literally got 9 out of the 11. Yeah, in the first 11. So like, I'm pretty happy. Yeah, I missed out on Virgil van Dijk, which is a big miss. But
everyone wants Virgil van Dijk, man.
Yeah, exactly. He's like the one. He's the one.
He's so elite. But I mean, you won your first draft, which I don't think many people can say. Obviously, it was one of Stinger's drafts. So I mean, that's a good sign. Do you think you've done enough? Like, drafting? Do you think you got the experience to pull through?
Kind of, but the drafts that I've been in, people are more or less trying to try new things as well. Where I've always gone into these drafts as I know what I'm doing. Yeah. And I've never like just changed my tactics. Like, what I need to get used to are people changing their tactics every 10 minutes in the draft. Oh my God. Watching that, being a viewer, it's painful sometimes. Because like, you just want to watch the game. You just want to watch football, and like people just keep making changes. But it's just something that I don't do anyway. Like, for me, it's just like, I don't like messing up the rhythm unless I feel like it needs to. Yeah. Like, I was playing Stick the other day, and it was the last game of the thing. Like, I think I've already wrapped it up, but I was going for the 8 out of 8, trying to win every game of the draft. Yeah. but he's obviously very good.
He's so mad.
And his team, which is on, like, when I'm in, which is caning me, like, every 5 minutes, it was a highlight, caning me. And I was just like, what can I do to mess up the rhythm? So I just, like, to try to change, like, just small things, just try and get the game to stop a little bit.
Yeah.
And it stopped for a little bit, and then his highlight came, and it just kept coming. Thankfully, my goalkeeper had a blinder. We won 1-0. I mean, we lost 1-0, sorry. We lost 1-0, but he needed to score 8 to win it. Yeah. And I thought, you know what? If my keeper wasn't on form, this could have been an 8.
This could have been 8. Nah, Stick has the strikerless tactics, man. I hate strikerless tactics so much. Yeah. I feel like it's match engine abusing in terms of the centre-backs not picking him up as... Like, playing Lukaku as an advanced forward and playing him as a shadow striker... He doesn't do anything different.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, I know what you mean. So like, years ago, not years ago, I won't say years ago, probably like 2-3 years ago, I saw, I don't even want to butcher his name, Guido Mary.
Guido, yeah.
Guido, that's it, Guido, yeah.
We've talked on Twitter.
Yeah, so strikerless.com, that website, I've known that for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
I've known it to be like, it had a purpose, the strikerless. And it was like very good football. Like when you watch it, you won't necessarily win every game. Yeah. But when you're watching it, you're thinking, wow, this is like next level stuff in Football Manager. Like what is going on? So I always knew him as like the very first person to use strikerless. But he always prided on like, it had a very specific way of playing. It wasn't like to break the match engine or for your defenders to move out of position so another one can run through. That wasn't really the aim.
Yeah.
It was one of the aims, but it wasn't like to break. It wasn't to the effect of breaking the match engine.
Yeah.
There was more like to good football. There was good work behind the original tactics.
Yeah.
I think now, there is a way like there's kind of game break, but I don't know. I don't know what my opinion is on it. Honestly, I don't know because I like the tactic because I know the football that it's capable of doing.
Yeah.
So if I share a strikerless tactic on my channel, it's not because it's game breaking, it's because it's playing a very specific way of playing football.
Yeah.
But I don't know, everyone has their thing.
All I'm saying is Lukaku's behaving the exact same as he would as an advanced forward. The only difference is my defenders just fucking stand there.
See, that's what bugs me because there's a lot to playing as a shadow striker, so not anyone should be able to play there.
Yeah.
So just sticking Lukaku or Mane there, that for me that really shouldn't work.
Yeah.
But it's because it's the game and there's like certain attributes and they fit certain attributes.
Yeah.
I think that's just what makes it. So the fact that one person might not necessarily be very versatile, it just doesn't matter.
You just play him there anyway. Like Lukaku will be there half a star tearing it up. It doesn't even matter.
So like, that it does bug me a little bit, but at the same time, it's just like, you know what? I can still beat you. Like if I stick to my game plan, I know my game plan is to me, my game plan is the best. Like it's perfect.
Yeah.
So like it doesn't matter what tactic you're playing. That's what's in my head anyway. I know it's not perfect, but
yeah, I think self-conscious. You need to be self-consciously arrogant if you want to like win a draft tournament.
Yeah.
You need to come up a guy and think, "I'm going to destroy you, man."
Yeah.
Like 100%.
It's like I proper think like it's just weird to me. Like this drafting thing is just a big deal. Like before I go into every game, it's just like, am I fully prepared? I know I'm fully prepared anyway. So now I just press auto pick and pick my team because I've picked certain players. I might need to change one or two.
Yeah.
But I've got very specific players. So these players are natural in their roles. I'm not just playing them because they can.
Yeah.
I'm playing them because they're actually natural in their roles. And that's just how I try to play the game. I'm very prepared. I can just press auto click and not have to move people out of position and stuff like that.
See, it's one of them things. I'm nowhere near a level that you are, right? But I know for a fact, if I pick Daniel James and Andy Carroll, Andy Carroll is going to be the top scorer, and he has been the top scorer in drafts. Dan James is smacking the assistant because for that target man on support, no one is better than Andy Carroll. For that guy, you just want to play off the shoulder of the left back, just smack a ball in with pure speed and okay crossing. Dan James is perfect for that. Better than Traore IMO. How do you identify them sort of guys? Like, I know. I got lucky to finding Andy Carroll and James. No one else but me is drafting them guys.
And no, Daniel James is on my shortlist. Who did I pick instead of him?
Nah, really. See, everyone
I
was
picked
giving
Thomas
me
Lamar. I picked Thomas Lamar over Daniel James because Thomas Lamar can play an attacking midfield as well. That's literally the only reason, yeah.
Versatility.
Only reason. Because I've had a Man United save, and that guy, Daniel James, is just absolutely different. It's different.
I had a United save. He got 30 GA first season.
Yeah.
I signed Sancho the next season. And then after 3 games, I was like, I'm actually dropping Sancho for Dan James, aren't I? But like, everyone says, oh, you're mad. But like, it works.
It works, yeah. I don't know. There are certain attributes I look for in players. And if they don't really have that, I really just kind of avoid them. It doesn't matter. Like, to me, you could be Messi. Like, obviously, I would pick Messi at any day of the week.
Yeah.
But like, just if there's certain attributes that I just really dislike and that you have, it could be a trait as well. If there's a trait, like my strikers likes ball play to feet, that bugs me. that bugs me. That just tells me you are not the one for me.
Yeah.
But there are certain players, and I think just playing the game, you find certain players that just for some odd reason just work very well.
Yeah.
And there's certain players that you look at the attributes and you're thinking, why are you not scoring? Like, Timo Werner's attributes are not too different to Martial's.
Yeah.
But Timo Werner on that game is just mental. He's different class on the game. Yeah.
Clear.
But Martial, on the other hand, is just missing one-on-ones for days.
Yeah, literally.
And I found that out in the draft, and that was heartbreaking, man.
Well, it's like because I like to play for the set pieces, right? My go-to centre-back, Seb Quartez from Sporting Lisbon.
Oh, yeah. See, that's why I got a Sherby as well.
He's banging in 15 goals a season for me.
Yeah.
I've had bigger centre-backs with better jumping, better heading. No one does it like him. I think it's bravery. That might be the one getting stuck in. I'm a Sherby as well, that defender from Lazio. Like, I can't believe the amount of, I don't know if it's disrespect, but he doesn't get enough respect in this community. He's mental. Like, in his drafts, it's like, he's my first pick. The guy is just, every draft, if you're looking at the games, this guy's getting a rating of 7 at least. Yeah.
It's because he wins everything. He wins every... Because I remember someone was like, but he's slow. And I was like, but if you look at his anticipation, his positioning, he reads the game, so he doesn't need to use his pace.
Yeah.
He's a good marker of the ball. He wins everything in the air. And there's that. And there's a reason why I went with like wing backs. Like, I loaded out on my wing backs is because if you check on the game, the wide men make a lot of tackles.
Yeah.
So then in my head, if I get wide men that are good at tackling, then we've got those. We should have that flank unlocked. And if we're playing gegenpressing as well, which everyone else is, so we should be pretty decent at it. If people got position, like my right back has got a decent position of like 11, 12. So is my right mid. Like, that's quite high for a right mid to have an attacking right winger to have positioning. But that should work if you're using gegenpressing and things like that. Obviously, your stamina. People that make the right decisions. If you're playing quick football, you need players that with the right decisions, making the right decisions.
Yeah,
things like that matters to me. So if you got like,
I was gonna like caveat it to like so there's like favorites in the draft scene, right? Like Kurt Zouma, everyone apart from I think maybe Ambrisi loves him. You've got Marcus Rashford, best advanced forward you can get. Have you spotted any of these guys who you think maybe aren't that good, or is there anybody who you're thinking like this guy's gonna do it a lot better but no one's picked him up yet?
I think a few people picked up Danny Ings, right? I think people, that net, when I see people picking, I'm just like, when people are looking for strikers, I'm just like, just pick Danny Ings. Like, trust me, pick Danny Ings. Yeah, Danny Ings for me is a very good one. But I'm trying to think of one that people pick, and I was just thinking, why? Mbappe's one. I think, why do people keep picking him?
He was good before the winter update. Before the winter update, you could Mbappe and pieces of wood, you'd win.
Like, every time I've watched him in a draft, he's been bad, pretty bad. And she's like so many one-on-ones. But like, if you look at it, like, obviously I try to go into detail in the game. Like, if you keep doing your scouting on him, it's like he doesn't have like bright greens for consistency and doesn't have bright greens for enjoys big matches.
Yeah.
So there may be elements to why he's doing this. So he might have all these fancy attributes, but he might not be consistently performing to these attributes. So he might just like have low composure on that day that's forcing him to miss these chances. Like, these are the things that I've really taken note on. So all like my defenders, they're very high consistent performers. They enjoy big matches.
Yeah.
They all got decent first touch because we play out from the back, so they need to have at least decent off the ball movement as well.
Yeah.
These are all the stuff that I think about. So when people are like, "Why didn't you pick him? Why didn't you pick him?" I was like, "He's probably missing a few attributes for me."
Yeah.
He's probably missing a couple of attributes. Yeah.
If I'm not picking him, there's a reason.
Yeah, like things like Sergio Ramos, just like I've used him in a game, and he can mess up for you.
Yeah.
And you're playing in a tournament, like, oh,
Yeah.
I don't think I would pick him like as my first picks as well.
What about the goalkeeper position? Because that's the sort of position that, like, some people draft it like within the first few. I'm more on the side if you can leave it later. Like Esteban Andrada for 13 million. He's elite. He's probably my favorite keeper on the game. Where do you stand? What sort of attributes do you look for? Who do you think is like a keeper that isn't expensive, but his attributes just stand out perfectly?
I don't want to say my goalkeeper because I don't want people to be picking him. Every draft, nobody's picked him. Every draft, he's been like literally my best player.
Tell me offline then. Tell me offline then. It's good.
Yeah, no, I'll say it out loud. But Onana, what's his name? Onana. Yeah, from Ajax. Oh my god, 22 million. The guy is literally a 90 million player. Like no exaggeration. He's literally amazing. You can art stick as well. He's seen it.
He's seen it. Yeah. Well,
it's every draft. I know, like I'm supposed to be picking different players, but when it comes to goalkeeper, I'm like, why would I pick someone else?
Yeah.
But there are certain attributes. There's like agility, reflexes. For me, like, are very good. You need to have that. The command of area, communication. I look for pretty much everything that a goalkeeper. I pretty much, yeah. And there's certain people, so like Ederson from Manchester City.
Yeah.
He has a few weird things, like his agility is not quite high.
Yeah.
So he might not be able to make the type of saves that De Gea can make. But De Gea is not consistent.
No.
So he's not going to always perform to his attributes. So I went for Ter Stegen, who I think is he's a monster in that game.
Yeah.
Donnarumma is probably the very best, I think. But he's not. Yeah, but he's not cheap.
No,
He doesn't come cheap.
Check out Esteban Andrada, man. Trust me.
Yeah, I haven't checked him out. But I've had Onana, who's like I've seen goalkeepers in drafts do some wild stuff.
Yeah.
And I've yet to experience. I'd like touch wood, but I've yet to experience that madness. Absolutely, I've seen madness in the showdown, man.
Literally, and I think last week Jack Goofy Jord obviously won the Challenger League B for us. De Gea made 2 blunders, man, in the space of 7 games.
Yeah, De Gea he's on the big avoid list.
Yeah, 100%. Everyone goes for him, and I'm like, nah. Bro.
Nah, he's on the big avoid list. Yeah, big avoid. Like that's a no-go at any cost.
Avoid by all means.
I'll go for Adrian before I go for.
Oh,
it's mad.
He's only 750k. He's not bad.
Yeah, he's not bad. Another one, a decent one, is Craig Gordon and Fraser Forster as well. Those two are pretty good.
I've seen a few people come with Craig Gordon lately. Fraser Forster. I've seen like I get a lot of Kepa Arrizabalaga because he's like 3.5 million or something like that.
Oh yeah, but he's pretty decent on the game still. Yeah. There's a few transfers as well, but probably everyone knows about them.
Herelia Gomez.
There's like, what's that? Ivan Stranic.
Yeah. Obviously,
Alex Teixeira for me. There was like a couple of drafts. He's always the bench player. Just you're there, you're free, whatever. And there was just one time my attacking midfield just wasn't performing, so I just thought I have to play Teixeira now, and I played him. I was like, why did we start this guy from the beginning? Like, what's going on? He just performed. It's just weird how certain players just perform. Yeah. You think some will, and they won't at all.
Yeah. See, I love a target, man. Mario Mandzukic when he was a free before the winter update. He came in clutch. As soon as he went out and he was like 22 million, I was like, oh man.
I think people have to try Weghorst from
mate.
Wolfsburg. Yeah.
I still rate Andy Carroll above him.
yeah, but Andy Carroll's actually good. That if you can use him, then he's very good.
Yeah,
he's actually very
19 good. Strength, 19 heading, 19 jump reach. Just like, I'll take that every day of the week, thank you.
Strength is a very underrated attribute in the game. 100%. Very underrated. If you go to Messi's strength is like 12. That's high. And there's a reason for Mo Salah as well, high strength. And there's a reason why those players are just unstoppable in the game. There's a reason.
Pretty high strength for a winger.
Yeah, like if you're doing that, if you're dribbling, because they have to dribble a lot. So if they got very good dribbling, very good balance, very good strength. There's little chance you're going to get the ball off him.
Yeah, they're going for them, taking on 3 guys.
Yeah, but again, these are all like the attributes that I look for in certain players.
Yeah.
Especially if you're running with the ball a lot. I don't want you to lose the ball because you're going to be running with it a lot. So I don't want you to lose the ball a lot. So there are certain attributes that I look for in drafts, yeah.
Yeah, no, fair.
And I like to think that's why all of my drafts have been decent so far.
Yeah, so far. Touch wood again. I'll touch some wood as well.
Yeah. But for the Super League, I've got a difficult group as well. But
Bro, there's no such thing as an easy group anymore, man.
Yeah.
There's no such thing. Yeah. Like, you're looking at
Group
any
C,
draft.
Group C and wasted possession, that is death.
You know what? Like, honestly, like, I think you could make a case for at least 2 or 3 people from each group to win it.
Yeah. But I had to look at that Group C and just thought, what? That's mad. That's mad. That's
Who
mad.
is it? It's Curty. See,
it's my mind. My head's gone as well.
It's one of them, like, because there's so many people coming in and out nowadays. It's like, oh man, it's so mad. I can't believe we got to that level, to be fair, where like so many people are like coming in and coming out.
It's just fun. I think it's to connecting with others. I think that's what got me as well. Because like before, if someone asked me, "Oh, do you want to do a draft, like a PvP?" I'll be like, "No, why would I want to do that?" But then I realized that because Sting is a very good guy. Sting is like the only person that asked me to do the just to do the little PvP warm up games.
Yeah.
And then I was just like, oh my God, I'm in love with this. But it's just because you're connecting with others. Like I've made good friends that made good relationships with other people just from literally streaming the drafts. And it's like, you're just connecting with people. And that's what I like. Yeah, that's probably the best bit. And winning.
It's what the space lacked in terms of collaboration. Like before, but I got the group up. It's Coinberg, who was undefeated.
Yeah. That's what,
Curty, who's won 2 competitions. FMScout, who won last season for us.
Yeah.
And Goofy George, who won season 2 for us. Like, we got serial winners in that group, man.
That is mad. Because everybody there was going to want to win. Obviously, everybody wins, but all of them guys have got a point to prove.
Yeah. You're thinking, if I told you any of those guys won it, no one would be surprised.
Exactly, yeah.
But nah.
That's that group I was thinking, thank God.
To be fair, your group, Miju, he's been on a roll.
Yeah, my group is not bad. Yeah.
You got Control God Damn It. Obviously, he was auto and he did quite well last time. And Smory, who we all thought was going to go out, but by a miracle, he didn't. But nah, I think you got a decent shot at getting through. We'll see what happens in the Super League. We'll see what happens with us.
Yeah, but for me, I'm just like, I'm gonna win. That's just my head. My head's just like, I'm gonna win, but I need to win.
Yeah, fair enough.
But I take a bit. You see me very animated on the day as well. You see my streams. I'm just like, I get so into it, man.
I can't wait.
I'll probably get too into it, to be honest. But
I mean, we want that raw passion, man.
It's that thing again. It's like if I watched it back, I'll probably cringe at myself, just thinking like it really is just a game.
But nah, in the zone, it ain't. It definitely ain't.
Yeah,
especially when there's like bragging rights and stuff up for grabs. Like
there's like players that I start to get a dislike in Football Manager, and then like that spills into real life. Like now I'm watching certain players thinking like this guy messed up my save. Like, I need his team to lose. Like his team, I don't want him to win. Like that happens. It's just crazy.
It does spill over. But I wanted to bring it back to sort of the point that the thing you made earlier, right? When you said it took you a while to get into Twitch. Now I saw the tweet, and it was ethnicity, skin color related.
Yeah.
And that's something that I can relate to. Like I'm half Pakistani. My dad's from Pakistan. I mean, like when I was streaming yesterday, somebody popped in saying Brexit means Brexit and shit like that in mine. Which you know, like if you voted Brexit, fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah.
The problem with that is everyone who voted Brexit for the wrong reasons now thinks the majority agree with them. But it's like I get where that's coming from.
Yeah.
And sort of how long did that internal struggle go on for?
That was mad tough. Basically, from my very first video, literally my very first video, there was a comment that I saw. This guy sounds like he's gonna sell me drugs in a KFC car park, and I was just like, what the like? In my head, I'm just like, because I'm always been like this in real life because I've dealt with it so many times. So now I'm just like yeah, he probably didn't mean it that way. Like I'm telling myself it wasn't that type of comment. It was, he probably meant something else. Like I always tell myself this type of things. And I think that's just because I don't like confrontation. I always avoid it. So instead of saying something back, I will try and say something funny to try and make myself feel better.
Yeah.
I make myself look good on the internet, but really like deep down, like it hurt. Like it really hurt. But for a few moments, like a few videos, like that type of stuff kept coming up. And it just, obviously that forced me to change the way I speak. I started speaking differently in videos. And then that type of voice kind of stuck with me. So like now, when I, just to fast forward a few months, like when I did do the video and put my face there, people were like, whoa, I thought you was white. But that's the voice that I kind of had to put on.
Yeah.
That's what I felt like. People kind of took me more seriously if I did it like that. Kind of just using my normal voice. That's what it was like at the beginning. But it was just like very bad. And then when I wanted to do stream, it's just like, there's no way I'm going to stream. There's no way I'm putting myself in the limelight like that, in the firing line, for people to start making comments like that. Because I don't really take that type of stuff very well, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of them. Like, I'm sure you've dealt with like racism during your life. I know.
Yeah.
I know that I have, and for me, it's not. People don't automatically always think that I am a person of color. Well, obviously, like you're black. Like you can't. I'm half white, so I can get away with people not thinking that. Whereas with you, it's a little bit more difficult to sort of get away and basically act like a white person in real life, which is something that I've had to do. Like, I mean, it's one of them, isn't it? Like, obviously, you can get away with not using a face cam on YouTube for so long. And, you know, coming onto Twitch, obviously you have to bring it out. But I think that there is a swell of people, especially for entry onto the Streamer Showdown, wanting more of that representation.
Yeah.
Do you think there's anything that people can do to help get that?
So like, I'm glad you asked. Kind of glad you asked that, because I was like, trying to go back. I was going to go back to that anyway as well, because so like when that type of stuff was happening, like I said before, like I wasn't really in the community. But I was kind of making my way into it. But what I noticed, there was no one that looks like me. So when this type of stuff was happening, it was like, who do I turn to? Like, who do I talk to?
Yeah.
Who do I speak to about this type of stuff? So for a long while, like, I kind of kept it inside. I told FMScout certain things because, again, someone on that same team said a comment about, that the very first time he heard me, he's like, you sound ghetto. And I'm just like, what does that mean?
What? Just be racist. You might as well say a slur.
Obviously, I told like FMScout, and I said how I felt as well, and it was just like, again, just under the carpet. He probably didn't mean it that way. And again, that goes into my head as well. So then I'm thinking that, he probably doesn't mean it that way. Obviously, I know deep down what he meant.
What the fuck does that even mean?
Yeah, but at that time, it was just like I didn't feel I had anyone to go to. And then I started like, I've sent emails to SI. I don't know who I'm sending these. I don't know where the emails are going to. I don't know where they're going. But I just like, I'm just sending these people just like not weird ideas, but just ideas that can help people like me. Because there must be other people like me that don't want to do FM content because it doesn't look like it's for them kind of thing. Like when I got in, I'm just happy that no one knew what I looked like.
Yeah,
that's what kind of, for me, it was kind of an advantage.
That's horrible. Like that
for sure.
That's so bad. For
sure. Like I know for sure, if I had my face from the very beginning, I wouldn't have made it. Like not made it. Like, but I wouldn't be what I'm doing today. 100%. Because people didn't really know what I looked like, and there was a few people that noticed the London accent at the start.
Yeah. But
then after a few videos, it kind of went, because I'm trying to adjust my voice. There was still constructive criticism, like you speak too fast and things like that. So those are the comments I was taking in. Like literally every feedback that I was given, the next video I was applying it.
Yeah,
I kind of still do that today. If you don't, you didn't do this in the next video, I'm trying to do it. You spoke a certain way. Next video, I'll try and change the way I speak. That's what I was kind of doing. But then I changed it completely to the point that you didn't know what race I was, simply because people just saying some weird comments, all the time.
It's one of them as well, like, because there's not many like black people in this sort of sphere, like like if you'd gone to anyone, it would be like, oh, just ignore it. Like even people like myself who've experienced racism, I'm not in a position to give you any feedback because I don't know what it's like to experience it as a black person. I only know what it's like to have like terrorist related jokes or whatever that may be.
Yeah.
Like there's obviously levels to it.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, so like I said, like emails to them, just saying that maybe we should do like like a little like a campaign or a group interview of like different, obviously content creators from different backgrounds, and it's just people literally just bouncing off each other, just sharing their experiences, obviously the difficulties they've had, but also sharing their winnings as well, trying to like influence and get other people onto it. Because at that time, it literally just felt I was the only black person, but at the time, nobody knew I was black. So to me, like just looking in, it's like there's literally no black people doing this. Obviously, I'm just saying black, but for me, because like for me, it was just like, wow, there's nobody else that looks like me doing this.
Yeah.
And then when I made that tweet, like that just made me emotional because like it felt like I was speaking for so many other people. Yeah. I'm probably gonna get emotional again. Sorry.
Nah, it's fine, man.
But it was mad. Like, because people were telling me like, well done, thank you for saying this stuff. Like, no one said this before. Like, it's taken like, how has it taken so long for someone to say something? It was just like literally, it was so mad for me. And then people were like, oh, thank you for saying this, and like this is why I don't content create. This is why I don't have face cam. Yeah. And like, I'm just reading some of the inboxes. Like this stuff is just heartbreaking. Like it's literally heartbreaking.
And you know, the worst thing about it as well is no one knew it was happening. No one knew that people weren't putting on face cams or doing it because of the color of their skin. Yeah. And I think it just highlighted this massive problem, especially coming off the back of, you know, I mean, we've gone through it before, but like the comments that Looney Hoon made, particularly, you know, someone who was in that space industry in a showdown and was seen to be mingling with those guys. Like, it doesn't set a good precedent. So even people who are on the verge, and I imagine you might have been in that position, you see that and it's like, oh, well, shit, like... maybe I'm right, maybe this isn't a space for me, sort of thing. But
like, I think for so long, like I've been literally till then, like till recently, even though I was still doing it for like nearly 2 years, it still didn't feel just like it was the space for me. So like I was getting a lot more love from football analysts than I was getting from any FM content creator. Yeah, like if someone uploaded a video, any FM video, if you go like before my Twitter page, like I'm just retweeting everyone's Football Manager video. I know probably it's not a thing that people do, but I'm just like, why not? People say community, like we should be pushing this stuff out. I know I've got a certain audience of like football analysts or whatever, and people are like they're asking me what FM content creator should I watch. So it's like people are watching the stuff, so I'm retweeting it, but like I notice when I'm doing a video, I'm not getting like, there's nobody from the FM community is kind of like reaching out or sharing it or trying to put me in a better position. It was always people involved in football. It's like football, like there was Total Football Analysts, they're an analysis site. I got that job working for them as a writer and content creator just from Football Manager videos. Yeah. And I've got people from like The Athletic following me as well. Like all of this stuff is just from Football Manager videos, but they're messaging me saying like, well done, or if I share like a success story, they're the ones that message me first and they retweet this type of stuff. And I'm like, what's a football analyst guy doing retweeting my Football Manager video, but I can't get a retweet from another content creator? That's how I felt. And obviously you're just feeling bad as well because of your situation, that I'm black, whatever, but obviously they don't know that I'm black. But it just feels like everything's just like, this can't be my place. It just can't be. I'm getting all these other opportunities, but that's coming from football. That's not coming from other people inside the community.
I think in the community, it's ignorance. Now, I'm not saying that's a negative for these guys, but what I am saying is there are probably things that have happened that me, or particularly, you know, the white creators have gone on, and they just haven't thought anything from it because they've never had to think anything of it. Whereas you'll see something and it sparks up. So I think the fact that you come in and you just bit the bullet and took it is great, because I think discussions like this, tweets like that, you know, like people are not ignorant to that anymore, and people can understand how they can sort of do it.
That was my thing as well. All the racial things going on around the world as well, especially in football. Like I just didn't I'm not sure exactly what I want from Football Manager.
Yeah.
It's just a game. Again, like, it's just a game.
Yeah.
But it just, at that time, it just felt like, what are they doing? Like, trying to solve any sort of issues, because there's clearly issues in the community as well. But I'm not seeing any sort of like charities or campaigns or anything to help anyone of that sort of nature.
Have you considered like being that sort of pioneer to kickstart that sort of thing? Like maybe not right now, but in the near future, you have more a much bigger following.
Well, I hope so, but I just thought, you know what, like, because I've made myself vulnerable. Like, I've sent emails, I've messaged people, I'm not getting replies. I don't know if there's, again, I don't know where these emails are going to. I'm literally going to this website, catching any email, and I find another email address, and I'm literally just copy and pasting the email, and I'm sending it to everything. Yeah. It was just wild. And it just got to a point, it was just like, you know what, if no one's going to help me do anything, I can just do it by myself.
Yeah.
I could just do it by myself. But the point was that when I made that tweet, I didn't realize how many other people there were that were in a similar position. I didn't realize that. Again, I just thought I was the only one. So it was like, what am I going to do I'm not going to start anything just to help myself. You know what I mean? I'm just one man. But then when I realized there's like quite a few people, and now I'm seeing certain tweets about it as well, and it's just like, wow, like there's a lot more people.
There's a lot more. Exactly.
A lot more people.
Yeah, I guess you don't understand the strength that you have when there's silence, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And I think you could probably take a lot of solace in being the person to break that sort of silence.
Yeah.
Because again, like even as a person of color, it just didn't cross my mind. I was ignorant to it, and if a person of color who knows what it's like to, you know, to be put down because of that in a societal sense or community sense, people who haven't been put down for that reason are not going to understand it. But
exactly,
because of that tweet, people are going to start understanding it now.
Yeah.
What could people do? Because, you know, like, this is the thing, right? There's always a thing where like when it comes to racial issues, I think if you want to prevent them, because I know people who are like, I'll use my culture, like Indian, Pakistani, who get pissed off when people ask them questions about it, saying, educate yourself. You do the research, that's not my job. But I'm the one who wants it to change. It is my job. If I'm not going to say something, who the fuck is?
That's what I mean. That's why I wanted to get other content creators to basically share the story and just educate like others how it can make another person feel. But there's also, I forgot what I was going to say. I literally had it in my head as well. I had it in my head, that bugs me.
It'll probably come back because I'm staying on the topic. Like, what do you what do you think people could do? Like people in my position, people in the sort of higher ups of the community. What can people proactively do?
Be more careful. So like, I don't even want to put the showdown on blast. Like, this is nothing against the showdown, but it's just like, just be careful of who's on the drafting team. There's 8 of you guys, and if you've got now in this day and age, you've really just got to look at it and look, listen, we've got to represent more people here. Like, we can't, everyone looks the same here. That really shouldn't work in this day and age, especially with the amount of people that they're pulling as well, the views and the Football Manager community, everyone literally involved with watching, and it's just like everyone on that screen looks the same. That's bad. Sorry, I take that back. But you know what I mean.
I know what you
there's
mean.
There's no one there that looks like. There's no one there that looks like me. There's no one there that looks like you.
Yeah.
And it's like at times they've had money.
Yeah.
But then to us black people, we know why Manny was there, and that's because of his numbers. Purely because of his numbers. We have to be real with ourselves.
Yeah.
And I just think like certain things doesn't. That's why I've rated Wasted Possession as well for inviting me to say him for the Super League, because it was kind of not much about my numbers. It doesn't really care about the numbers. It's just, if you want to have fun, play the Football Manager game, join the community, you're involved. And that's why that was my thing. I just wanted to be involved. But being in something like the Showdown, there's a certain criteria that you have to pass. And again, there's no one that looks like me that's doing this type of content. So none of us are going to reach that criteria. So which is like basically excluded unless you're a Manny, who, I don't know if did he start with FIFA content?
Yeah, Manny definitely started with FIFA content.
Yeah, so basically for me, he was a FIFA guy or the Sunday League guy, because I used to watch his football stuff. And there was one day I was watching the show, and I was like, yes. But then it's kind of like, okay, he's there because he's famous.
Yeah.
In my eyes.
So the thing that kind of like, you know, to play devil's advocate in that conversation.
Yeah.
Because this is something that we talk about, right? So we're looking at our repertoire of people who are applying, and we have you and Bangosh this season were the two black guys who applied. The season before we had Classic Katie, the only woman in the space to apply.
Yeah.
Do you not? This is our concern was particularly because we gave you that auto invite, right?
Yeah,
and it was, I'd say it was probably 70% because of what you're doing. We rate it. You're innovating. 30% because of the representation mark.
Yeah.
And what we were trying to just really stay clear of is we don't want to just throw in the token black guy. Do you know what I mean?
So like, even for me, like, I don't know how I can word this correctly, but if someone came to me and is like, listen, like, we'll do if just the showdown, for example, or any draft, we'll just make up one.
Yeah.
So if the FM draft came to me and she's like, listen, we can draft you, we like your content, but we're gonna draft you because we need a better representation of the team here, blah 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 blah. Hey, look, you're being honest, and you want to educate others. Then I'm more than happy to take that token. You know, I'm here because I'm the what. If I'm in that spot, then I know what I've got to do to try and influence my people as well.
Yeah.
To get involved in the game. So it's not just the sake of you putting me on the screen and just because I'm there and I'm just there happy about it. No, like I've got. I know for myself as well. I've got to do a certain thing for my stream.
Yeah.
To try and influence certain people to want to get involved as well. So if that means I have to be a party and act a fool sometimes or whatever that gets people entertained, as long as it's part of me and I don't have to break my character and other people are having fun, then I'm all for it.
So would you say it's more like the intention? Like if it's more of a, okay guys, we've got a black guy now, shut up, or okay guys.
If it's to shut up people, then nah, I'm not involved.
But if it's like, you know, okay, we're going to take this on board. We have a chance to educate and show what the community has to offer. Yeah.
Exactly. And then I think that's what people should be like, especially now. It's hard to say, like, I can't blame them for not doing it. But it's something that for me, I think that's how it could help the community. Yeah, that's how I think.
It's a difficult question because I know obviously talking to Ben, he was on this a couple of weeks ago. He basically said he just isn't he isn't looking at anything other than the streamer, the content.
Yeah,
he's not bothered about what they look like, their color, their gender.
Yeah,
and I think that's I agree with that a little bit in part because because this is the thing, right? And I don't know. I'll tell you like this sort of like story, right? So I got an internship somewhere on a finance team, right? And I went to the worst uni out of all of them. I had the lowest grades out of all of them. I was definitely not the smartest guy there. I got the job. Two of us got the job. The other girl who got it was Indian too.
Yeah.
I was insecure for a long time because I thought I was only there because I'm brown. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
How do you sort of avoid that in that regard, do you think, in terms of, you know, having that balance between merit and like, representation? There
is like, so for like, I don't think you should select that person just because of their skin color. That person has had to put in work as well.
Yeah.
Like, we can't just give him it because that person's had to put in work as well. Like, I do agree there should be a certain level. But again, like I was saying, there's not many people that are influenced, my colour anyway, that are influenced to try and play this game anyway in the first place. And for two, to make content.
Yeah.
Like, there's definitely great black content creators out there that they have great cameras, all of that. Their stuff looks very good.
Yeah.
People can do that stuff. But why were they going to do it into Football Manager where it's a community, but they don't feel welcomed? So there's a reason why there's not many people like me doing it, and there's a reason why there's nobody like me that's getting certain numbers like they are. There's a reason for that. And it's because our people just don't feel welcomed enough to come in a community and start creating videos like that. And it's not like you have to join a community to make FM content. Like, that was me. I didn't feel like I was in the community until just like when I made that tweet, really. When I made that tweet, that's when I really felt, okay, people actually have my back and people care about me. Before that, I just felt like just some random guy. I used to message people, like content creators. I never used to get a reply. I used to just message people and used to never get a reply. I used to just try and help people, try and retweet them because I'm getting certain numbers. If I retweet them, maybe they get certain numbers on their blog or whatever. And just like certain people just wasn't repaying that favor. And it was just like, you know what?
Yeah, it kind of does like think what is the ultimate narrative in that. And again, I think it's a good thing, and I appreciate obviously the openness, and because obviously I didn't know how emotional you were about it until just now. I knew you were emotional about it, obviously, but not to the extent. So it couldn't have been an easy thing to sort of bring up and talk about. But
like, it was weird because there was an original tweet from Muzzer, I think.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't tweet my thing thinking like, because my tweets don't really get attraction like that. They just get like, 6 likes or something. Yeah. I just tweet randomness, nothing interesting. My tweets are the worst tweets. So I just tweeted this, just not really thinking anything of it. And it was just like, once one person retweeted it, it just kind of like caught on.
Spiral.
And that's when people, I was just like, whoa, what is going on? Like, it wasn't even supposed to be a big thing. I just thought, yes, I didn't want to just openly tweet something like that because it just felt like, here's this black guy just trying to cause drama or something. Why has it got to be about black people now? Like, that's one reason why I kept so quiet as well, because then it looks like you're a troublemaker. So I didn't wait for something to happen. I was glad something happened, because then I could just be like, you know what, this is how I felt when someone said something about me. And then when that just blew up, it was just crazy. It was crazy.
I think it was important. I think there's always gonna, I mean, I don't think it's right, obviously, but I think there always needs to be the catalyst to instigate change, and I think you might be that spark. Yeah.
So back to that Dr. Benji comment about obviously they have to fit a certain criteria, but obviously there is a reason why most of us are not doing it in the first place.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why some of us are not at that level and get to that level. But there are very good people that do it, but you might not just have heard of them. So a lot of people tell me that I'm good, but there's so many people that haven't heard of me.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that when that day comes, I can't deliver the type of content that you need for that show.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that just because I don't have numbers. There are certain people that's been invited to certain shows, and you're just thinking, like, he might have the numbers, but he's not like very suited for this type of content. He's not really offering us anything.
I know what you mean. It's difficult though when money's involved, right? Because once there's
of course,
once you got, in that example, KFC breathing down your neck, I think you take that risk of course.
But then this is where I come with the community stuff, because nothing I've done, like I used to take the P word out of people calling it the community, because the stuff that, I'm not gonna big myself up, but the stuff that I've done, I should do things for free for people. Like, for me, it's for free. I don't care about the money. If it's gonna help you, it's gonna help you. People have helped me. People have made me thumbnails. They haven't asked for no money. I've done whatever tactics for people. I've looked at people. I've done stuff for people as well. Retweet them what they need, whatever. Just put their Twitter out, get people to follow them. Like, there's people. So basically, The Athletic.
Yeah.
I was like their first community content creator. But then from me came other people, because they were interested in me. Like, originally they saw my video, and then they introduced people, their channel, into my channel, and on their little podcast. And then from then it came kind of a regular thing. So like, in a way, I felt like I'm helping people, but I don't feel like I'm literally getting nothing back.
Yeah.
So that when it comes to like the money talk, I'm thinking like, not everything should be better. I know like you need these type of content creators because of the money, but it doesn't mean that every single person on that panel has to have a certain follower.
Yeah.
Obviously, if it's for money, then yes, they do. If it's purely for money, then yes, they do. But for me, if it's, honestly, I'm just speaking from my heart. If it's for community, the money shouldn't be the number one. It shouldn't be. Money for me, if I'm being honest with you, I'll be honest with you, the money from YouTube, I never see. I don't know how much money I made last month. I don't know how much money I made the other month. I honestly do not care about that stuff.
Yeah.
Like the thing that I kind of keep track on is the rise of the subscriber count, and of course my views on each video. That's how I kind of judge like if it's a good month or if things are going up or things are going down. Like looking at things like the money, like I honestly don't care. My girlfriend knows everything. I don't. My sponsor. When this one football came, they came with their first offer. I was just like, yep. My girlfriend's like, no, you have to negotiate. You can't just go with the first offer. But I'm just like, but do you know we're going to get one football in the video? And they're like, and she's like, yeah, but do you know you can get paid a lot more money?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you know what? It's just all fun for me, man. I honestly don't care. I don't see any money, even from writing analysts as well. I just don't see. I don't see the money. It just goes all to the girlfriend's account or my account, and she handles all that stuff. I don't really care about that stuff, man. I just want to play football. Manager. I'm wearing the same tracksuit that I bought 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So I just don't care about that stuff. I just want to play Football Manager and connect with people. That's just my goal. Literally my goal.
Nah, yeah, that's fair. And again, thanks for the sort of openness. I think I think the way you're currently going in terms of your development, you'll be involved in much bigger things soon. But I guess you know, you bring the point up of, you know, you're doing stuff, you don't really see that hand from above coming back.
Yeah,
it's one of them. If you address that, people will be like, that you'll get shit for that. You'll be seen as a bad guy for that. Thinking
exactly. Yeah.
Why you can't
like why you expecting? Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah, but this is yeah. Sorry, go on.
No, go on. By all means, go on.
No, but I'm just saying that, like, to me, that is what a community does. Like,
yeah.
Okay, I did live in the ghetto. I lived in a council estate, but it was like a very community based. Like your neighbors, everybody has to help each other. That's how I was raised. That's how I was built up. So when people say community, like for me, that's a big word for me. Like It means a lot. So I take it very seriously. If you're saying I'm in the community, but I don't feel like I'm in a community, then I don't feel like it's a community to me.
Yeah.
If I'm not involved because I'm not doing certain things to please you, then I guess it's not really a community.
How would you describe the current state of the community?
Now that I'm more involved in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like there's just I don't know. There are cliques. For sure. I don't want to say cliques, but there are certain people who prefer to do things a certain way.
Yeah.
And there's others that kind of just do it out of purely the love of Football Manager.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of like on the side of people just purely love doing things for Football Manager. So like just want to involve every single person, like those type of people.
Okay.
So now the bad side or whatever of the community, like I don't really see it anymore. So can't really comment or even say there is a bad side because I don't really see it anymore. Because now everything I see is like things like with you, like my timeline I see is like the Super League stuff, see Maggio, Curti FM, Sweet Left Foot, Wasted Possession, Stick Piano, just people that I genuinely love, and just Omega Luke as well. Big shout out to Omega Luke. That's literally my favorite content creator. But like literally, these are the people that's on my timeline that I see every day. Every day is just positive vibes now on Twitter. So that's all I see now. So now I'm happy.
Yeah.
Now I'm happy because now it feels like I've got people on my back. Like people got my back now.
It's
scary. That's what I wanted to feel. Yeah. That's like I felt like. I don't know. I really hate using examples because it sounds like I'm calling them out. But if a certain person said they felt bad on their Twitter, then it felt like the whole world was going to them to kind of put their arm around that person.
Yeah.
But then when it was like kind of me, it was just like only a certain amount of people really cared.
Yeah.
And it's because I don't have those numbers.
Because people want to gain something from it, right?
Yeah. And it's not like because you can't see it, because I know a lot of people can see it. Like I can see the engagement on tweets. Like,
yeah.
I know a lot of people can see these tweets, especially if it's getting retweeted by certain people. So I know people can see these tweets, and I know certain people just choose to ignore it.
Yeah.
And then I also felt, so like the bad thing about my tweet the other day, about the skin color stuff, is that then I felt like there were also certain people that were just messaging me just to do it. Not really caring about the message, just doing it because they can say that, I messaged RDF as well, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I do feel like there are certain people that like that, but
I guess it's hard. It's hard. You kind of have to take things on face value until you do
Yeah.
otherwise, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
I feel like as you're going, I mean, you will get bigger. You'll get bigger and bigger and bigger.
I
Like
hope so.
you'll see, I guess, a lot more of that engagement, and I guess as long as you know now who the
Yeah.
people who were supporting you in that moment were, then
Yeah.
it would be a good
Oh
idea
yeah.
to keep them close.
And shout out to the bloggers as well, because a lot of them are the bloggers. A lot of them are not even doing YouTube. A lot of them are just FM bloggers.
Yeah,
A lot of them, yeah. They've been with me, like, liking my stuff, because it's like very football analyst stuff. And obviously I used to have write-ups as well and stuff. So a lot of them from the beginning was like, oh my God, who's this RDF? And I've made friends with a lot of bloggers at the start. So the bloggers, like, when I say FM community, for me, is literally just content creators. That's what I mean, by the way, when it comes to FM community. Because the bloggers for me have been, they do retweet my stuff as well. They do, yeah.
yeah,
But it's like they literally don't want nothing back. Literally, they just care. They just love for FM. They have so much love for FM. They don't really care about. Some of them have been retweeting my stuff when I had 5 followers. Some of them have been retweeting when I had 2,500 followers. They just don't care. If they see good content, they retweet it. If they see good Football Manager content, they don't care what the name is. They're gonna retweet it, or they're gonna. They just That's for me. That's what I like.
yeah.
And I know not everyone's going to be like that, because some people, it has to be them. Like, things has to be about them. Like, it's a brand.
Yeah.
It's a brand, so they can't be there retweeting people's content constantly.
Yeah,
Which I get.
I guess it's one of them. It depends what sort of mindset you go into it with. But yeah, I mean, I think we covered a lot of ground on this one. We're approaching the hour and a half mark now. I guess what's next for you in terms of the way your content's going to move, your involvement on the draft side of things, just anything. What have you got any like tangible goals right now that you're working towards, or are we just going
FM22? Just FM22. Like, the amount of content I'm holding back is like, Flip Sector's game, come out, please. Because now, like, it looks like I'm just dry for content. Because it's like kind of the same things that I'm doing on YouTube right now. Like, just tactics. My new content is tactics, but there's a lot more. Like, now it's tactical theories. Now I'm trying to, like, breaking down each video, like, what are certain things, like, what is counter pressing, like, obviously not that, because everyone knows what that is already. But there's just certain things in football that can help everyone tactically, especially in FM as well. But there's so much things that I want to do on Football Man on FM. And it's just that I'm just waiting for FM22, especially recreations as well, because I'm going to change up the way I do it a little.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I don't want to do it now. There's no point doing a recreation now when everyone's waiting for the game.
Yeah, you don't want to just like fire a good one.
But there's one thing I was so annoyed with. So T4 Football, they've got a new channel, but it's with like the touchscreen tactic thing.
Yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God. So I've got a book at home with like video ideas. And that was my idea. So as soon as I get a camera, because I've got a tablet as well, I was going to have a tablet, and it's like kind of obviously going to pan to the tablet where I'm just like moving a tactical board, and it just looks like very Sky Sportish.
Yeah.
But when I saw T4 Football, I was like, you know what? It's literally going to look like I've just copied them.
Yeah.
But instead, for now, I've just got the whiteboard. I'll just use the whiteboard sometimes as well. That's why I introduced the whiteboard, because it was supposed to be a tablet. But then, I'm trying to move away from like how to improve, trying to use the whiteboard as well. So I'm trying to adjust to that stuff.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to need a different mic, because when I move away, like the sound quality messes up. So I need a different mic so I can just move about freely. That's what I'm waiting to do. Like, I think sooner or later in FM, I'm going to be standing up. I should be standing up on my content. So kind of, all like very Sky Sportsy.
Are we suited up? Suit or no?
I think I'm maybe not a suit, but just a shirt. Maybe a shirt and shorts if it doesn't go that far down.
Yeah, definitely. Always.
But I'm just trying to just freshen up the content. That's what I strive for. Just freshen up the content, enjoy it. Draft mode, FM22 as well. I'm definitely involved, 100%.
All right, then. Well,
100%.
I'll take your name down, and I will be messaging you on some strikerless counter tactics, because I need them right now, man. I can't do it.
I think I've only lost once against the strikerless. I think.
Okay. I'll take notes.
It's just I think I don't know. It's just don't pick silly defenders.
Yeah.
It just don't. Yeah.
Fair.
I don't know, man. It's just weird. It's a weird game. Sometimes strikers can just smash you 7-0. Sometimes you can completely defend against it and just beat them. So it's just, I don't know.
It's just broken.
I think I've got a 70-30 solution.
Okay.
I think it's 70-30. I think it's 70-30, yeah.
I'll take the mods.
But my issue is I need more drafting to play. Like, I need a bigger sample because I can't play against the computer. What I've tried to do is play against me. So I've tried to use Ad Manager.
Yeah.
Get like the most popular strikerless tactic and play against it. Oh man, the first 3 times I just got smashed.
Wow, every time. Again, like the community's popping. I know like Z, one of the guys, Bad Luck Twitch, Away to Possession's doing a draft right now as we're recording. Stick Piano's kind of always down to draft. Stinger, McKinn's FM does one, I think, every day right now. There's plenty to be getting involved in.
Yeah, man, I'm involved, man. Nah. I just love it, man.
It's good.
I love it.
Anyway.
But I love the way, cause go and say. It's just like when we do it with Stinger and when we do it with Stick Piano as well. I just like because everyone uses mine because I stream it.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking like I literally sit at home and thinking if I'm gonna play Football Manager, anything I do now, I'm just thinking why not? I'm literally so in love with myself now in the camera. I'm just like why not just stream it?
So you know what? I look
good. So my first picture I uploaded on Twitter, like everyone was commenting on it, and I was like, oh, everyone's blowing my head up. So now I'm literally looking in front of the camera, like you know what? I'm not that bad, you know? So yeah, like everyone just now we kind of use like my Twitch as the hub, so people like come to my Twitch and just hang out and use the chat to communicate and stuff like that.
Nah, that's a good.
So point. Yeah, at the moment it's just like it's just fun, man. It's just fun.
Nah,
the competitions though, I'm really, I don't know. I'm worried how I'm gonna behave because, like I said, I'm so passionate. I'm so involved. Right. I literally feel like I'm the manager on the touchline, so sometimes I'm just going mental.
If you lose in the final, GG.
That's the thing. Like I'm trying to get I want to make it clear that to people. Like I'm not getting mad at them. I'm not getting mad at their tactics or whatever. It's just literally me. I just go mad at the game. If I lose, I do it all the time. Like if I lose, like during the game, I'm like, oh my god, we're missing so much chances. Blah blah blah. My team's this, my team's that. Blah blah blah. At the end of the game, I'm just like, you know what? You deserve to lose. If you don't score your chances, you deserve to lose. And that's. At the end of the game, I'm calm and relaxed. During the game, oh no. Nah. Especially when FM's on FM things as well.
No, exactly. It's dangerous when you're streaming as well, because everyone, you react a bit too badly. Everyone was like, oh shit.
There was one time I was so animated that I got up and just walked off. And I'm like, my floor is like, does a squeaking thing. It's like, when I walk. I was like, oh my god, I'm lying. I was like, oh my god, I had to sit back down quickly. And that was the Martial moment.
Oh man.
Yeah, never draft him.
To be fair, he doesn't really score in real life that much. He did score on the weekend.
It's his attributes. It's like, FM, why would he lie to us, man? This is not his attributes.
Show us the hidden attributes.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, I know. But yeah, man. And again, really good to have you on the podcast, man. I think
no problem, man.
There was a lot of good stuff that we covered. Do you have anything else you want to sort of go over before we close?
I'm trying to think. Because every time I've done one with the Football Manager therapy, and it's like before plan, I'm like, yeah, this is what I want to say. I want to say this. I'm going to say that. And then when it starts recording, it's like you just get so taken away in the moment, you just forget everything.
Yeah, literally, man.
Yeah, but
that's why I don't really have a script, because it's like you just talk. It's good.
Yeah, it's like my videos as well. Sometimes like I introduce the script, but then I kind of sound like I think you can tell that I was reading, and I sound like a robot. Then I just ditched that again, and just went back to writing. But like 5 minutes before I record, I'm like looking through it, quick, remembering everything.
like it's an exam.
Yeah. And then when the video comes out and I look at my book, I'm like, oh my god, I didn't say this.
I mean, it's working. It's working. It's definitely working. I'm excited to see what you're coming up with.
Thank you, man. For sure. I'm just excited for FM22 now. That's all I'm excited for.
It's got to be banging.
I haven't pre-ordered it yet, but.
I haven't pre-ordered it yet. I'm waiting until the beta date gets released.
You know, I'm like, if you came earlier in my streams, I'm stingy with money.
Yeah.
I'm like, why am I going to pre-order it now when I can literally hold that money right to the very end? We're all going to have the same game. We're going to have the same game on the same day anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the same. Literally, this is what's holding my pop shield. This
Jeez.
tissue. I've got tissue. I can't spend money. If I've got things that I know I don't have a desk. I'm literally using I don't even know what it is, to be honest. It's just some plastic stuff. But it's holding up my laptop. It's holding up everything. So why not?
Yeah, if it does the job, it does the job, innit?
When I can afford to spend £500 on a desk or whatever, then
yeah.
that day will come.
Oh, man, you got to get on Gumtree, man. You get some good offers.
Yeah. That's the thing here, that sorry to drag this stream out for so long. That's the thing, because I don't want to say I started well, but because I started earning straight away, there were certain things that I could have bought right away. So like a camera I could have bought, a good mic straight away I could have bought, a laptop probably I could have got a little bit earlier. But it was just I like the grind as well. And I always tell my missus if I'm not at that quality, there's no point buying these quality stuff.
Yeah.
It's people are why don't you get the second screen? And I'm my streaming levels is not at that second. I don't feel. Obviously, if I started out streaming, if I thought if my go-to plan was to stream, then of course a second screen is needed.
Yeah.
But it wasn't my thing at the start anyway. And right now I'm streaming without the second screen. I'm just looking at my phone because I can use the dashboard of my phone.
Yeah, that's what I was like in the early days.
Yeah, so I'm just you know what? Until I'm at that point where I think, you know what, you deserve that extra screen, I'll get extra screen. When I need a better mic and a better camera, then I'll get that.
Yep.
Even though I can get it, but there's no point if I feel my content level is not at that quality.
For real though, the second screen is so liberating. When you get it and you're like, oh shit!
I'm watching everyone else, and everyone else is just like this, going to the second screen, This looks so cool. And then me, I'm like this on my phone. And when my phone locks, and I'm just like, my phone's locked, I've got to unlock it.
Before a stream, I'm like, is my beard looking all right? I'm going to be looking over there. Get rid of this bit here.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's another level, boy. It does help, man. It does help.
Yeah. Even just everything, and a better computer, a better laptop as well. For streaming, it can definitely be better, but it's just when I feel I deserve it and I'm there, then I'll get it. No. But for now, I'm not just going to throw my money at it. I'm not just going to do that yet. I'm trying to perfect. I don't know. I've always had this perfect your craft thing. My dad always told me perfect your craft.
Yeah.
Everything I've done, I've always tried to everything. I've tried to perfect it. Tactics, everything. I try to perfect it. If I'm playing in a draft, I'm winning 5-0. I want that clean sheet, and if I concede, I'll go in mad like I just conceded the last minute goal. It's because I want that perfection.
No.
That's what
I think you could probably credit that to where you are now. You know, just the rise that you've had in the space.
Yeah.
So quick.
Yeah. And there's certainly videos I have that are not perfect.
Yeah.
And there's certain videos, I get to a point that I can watch my videos back. And if I start disliking them, then for me, that's I need to change something.
Yeah.
So a lot of my videos, after a few, 5 or 6 videos, bloody Omega Luke pops up on my on my YouTube recommender, and I watch him and I'm like, this guy's content level is it's mad, man. I need to do something.
He's making moves.
He's man. He's gonna. Man, I'm so happy for him, man.
Nah, yeah. Obviously, I spoke to him on Monday. Before this, obviously, that's coming out on Friday. Yours is coming out next week. Yeah, I got good insight.
I don't know if proud is the right word I'm looking for, but that's the feeling I get anyway. Because obviously we was on the same team, so I've seen his content from FMScout, and I'm seeing his content now, and I'm like, he's gone. He's gone. He's levels, man. Yeah, he's leveled up. But I've seen it, I've seen the level up as well, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
And I'm happy as well because I think I've leveled up, but when people say that as well, when people watch my early content and they say it now, I was just like, thank God it's not only me.
Yeah, literally, man. As soon as you get them comments saying, you've improved so much.
Yeah.
It's like, hell yeah, I've improved, man.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But
I know what that's like, man. It is a good feeling.
Omega Luke, yeah, he's the guy, man. So everyone, make sure you go and watch Omega Luke, man.
Yeah, and everyone watching, obviously, make sure you're checking out RDF Tactics. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you. No worries, man.
I appreciate the openness. We'll be here when this video goes out. We'll say today, even though it's a week and a half wait time recording. RDF will be in the draft. Best of luck to you for the draft, man. I'm sure you'll smash it. But nah,
It's the stipulations I'm scared of. I'm
bro,
scared.
You'll find out. You'll find out.
Yeah.
I think like 45 minutes beforehand.
Only countries with Z.
Something like that. So I guess we're going Zimbabwe. Is there anyone from Zimbabwe?
Or Zambia.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if there is many, but we'll
Everyone fighting for Patson Daka.
honestly, passing Dakar. We'll see how it goes though for sure. Thank you again for coming on. And we'll
No
catch
problem, man.
all you guys later. Thank you for watching.
Yes.
See you later.